July 21, 2017. Do you know anything about Marshall McLuhan? Herbert Marshall McLuhan, July 21, 1911, December 31, 1980, was a Canadian professor, philosopher, and public intellectual. His work is one of the cornerstones of the study of media theory, as well as having practical applications in the advertising and television industries. He studied at the University of Manitoba and the University of Cambridge. He began his teaching career as a professor of English at several universities in the U.S. and Canada before moving to the University of Toronto, where he remained for the rest of his life. On his 106th birthday, Google is honoring Canadian Professor Marshall McLuhan. He was the one who predicted the rise of the Internet, a work ahead of time. According to many scientists, Canadian Professor Marshall McLuhan emerged as a media theorist while teaching at the University of Toronto in the 1960s. McLuhan was known for creating the phrase "the medium is the message" and the term "global village," and predicted the World Wide Web nearly 30 years before it was invented. He was a mentor in the media speeches of the late 1960s, although his influence began to decline in the early 1970s. In the years following his death, he continued to be a controversial figure in academic circles. With the advent of the Internet and the World Wide Web, the genius prediction of his was recognized. McLuhan was named to the Albert Schweitzer Chair in Humanities at Fordham University in the Bronx for 1 year, 1967-68. While at Fordham, he was diagnosed with a benign brain tumor, and it was treated successfully. He returned to Toronto, where he taught at the University of Toronto for the rest of his life and lived in Wychwood Park, a bucolic enclave on a hill overlooking the downtown where Anatole Rapoport was his neighbor. In 1970, he was made a Companion of the Order of Canada. In 1975, the University of Dallas hosted him from April to May, appointing him to the McDermott Chair. He has very deep insights on the media. According to him, all media, from the phonetic alphabet to the computer, are human extensions that cause profound and lasting changes in him and his environment. Reporter Raymond Williams, however, said that McLuhan's theory was dangerous, as it emphasized that the media have free rein to exert control over that very message. A new center known as the McLuhan Program in Culture and Technology, formed soon after his death in 1980, was the successor to McLuhan's Center for Culture and Technology at the University of Toronto. Since 1994, it has been part of the University of Toronto Faculty of Information, and in 2008 the McLuhan Program in Culture and Technology incorporated in the Coach House Institute. In 2011, at the time of his centenary, the Coach House Institute established a Marshall McLuhan Centenary Fellowship Program in his honor, and each year appoints up to 4 fellows for a maximum of 2 years. In May 2016, the Coach House Institute was renamed the McLuhan Center for Culture and Technology. Its interim director is Seamus Ross, 2015-16. In Toronto, Marshall McLuhan Catholic Secondary School is named after him.